Hey, what is good everybody? It's Dallin Camera Guy back at again with another video for you. I am going to be heading out to go shoot some track and field this year. I haven't even shot any track and field, I think, in a while. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm going to be bringing out the Sony a7III and also a very special camera to me, the Sony a6000. Let's check it out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what's in my bag, what I'm going to be bringing with me to this shoot. Took me a while to figure it out, but let's go ahead and check it out right now. Peak Design bag, as usual. I've got my Gorilla Pod here. Love this thing. I like it's a 30-liter version, so let me go ahead and show you what I got here. So down here, I've got our good old friend, the Sony a6000, my graphite colorway. It's got a Peak Design strap on there, and it's got the 70-200 f4. Everyone's asking about this guy. I always say it's a sharp lens. I'm going to go and shoot with it today and kind of give you some feedback with this setup here. All right, down the middle, the new and exciting camera. It's going to be the Sony a7III. We've got the 100-400. Everybody needs to get this lens. And I wasn't gonna bring this, but it's the Sony a7R III, and I've got it paired up with the 16-35 f4. Man, this thing is a heavy combo. I felt it'd be lighter, but there's some other things, other goodies in here. All right, this is a necessity. It's my Atomos recorder. I'm not gonna take it out, but it's the Atomos recorder that I need. And I've got something else tucked in here. It is the 70-300 G series lens. Goes up to 5.6, so 4.5 to 5.6. So obviously I'm gonna try and do some general comparisons with some of these zoom lenses. That's kind of the idea. If you take a look, there's nothing in there left, right? But what's really cool about Peak Design, we got some space here, but I don't think I have anything in there anymore. Up top, I'm not gonna bring my laptop with me because I don't need it for this, but in here, I've actually got a 55-210, this little guy here. It's a very inexpensive lens that a lot of folks usually get, so I'm gonna bring that with me. Got some Advil, got some additional Peak Design straps for the cameras, and then tucked in here, there's a couple of batteries for the RX 100 Mark V that I'm using right now, and also an extra Z battery for the a7III and such. But that's it. That's what I'm going to be bringing with me, and I think next I'm heading out. I'll see you guys in a bit. Should I wear this? We'll see.
I left my heart in California. I let it go deep into the blue. I could be happy in California. I would be fine with just me and you. Now don't go changing your...
I'm on the road heading out to this high school that I'm going to be shooting some track and field at. So very excited again to go.
In half a mile, keep right to continue toward California 43.
So that's just my GPS. So I am excited to go in and test out the Alpha 63, the Alpha 6000, as well as the a7 Mark III. I'm trying to work on 2 videos. This is the dilemma that I go through when I'm gonna go to an event. I want to maximize my time there. So
Keep right, then slight right onto California 43.
when I go there, I want to maximize my time. I want to go take some photos of the students there. They'll get, you know, those photos later on the website. But at the same time, I'm gonna try and work on a review. But I want to try and get like 2 videos out of the whole experiment. It's important that I maximize it because there's only so much time in a day. I'm always really busy, so that kind of thing really bothers me. So, yes, that's what we're gonna be doing today.
You got me screaming with my hands to the gods. Ooh, lion heart, lion heart.
What's good, everybody? It's now a camera guy. So I've been out here for, I don't know, a few hours now shooting. The events are actually almost over. Been using the Sony a7III for the most part. I used the a6000 a little bit, and I shot with the a7RIII to give me a little bit of context in terms of the autofocus speed and performance. I'll have a little bit more thorough thoughts later when I get back. But in terms of just the performance between the cameras, the a7III and the a7R3 appear to be about the same in my opinion. I didn't really find that one did a really great job overall, or one was overwhelmingly better than the other. I found that both the autofocusing on both seemed to be pretty accurate. And I can show you some of the image samples from both. As long as I was using a fast enough shutter speed, like got sharp images and the focus hit usually where I wanted it to be. But yeah, there's some cons or some issues that I want to point out. Well, some benefits if you're comparing the a6000 versus, for example, the a7III. So if you're using maybe an older camera like the a6000, there are some benefits of moving over to full frame like the a7III. I was saying with the a6000, the EVF is definitely a step up over the other ones. So from a6000 a7III, you're definitely going to really like the EVF on the a7 Mark III. It's a lot brighter and easier to judge what you're shooting. But in terms of just autofocus, to be perfectly honest, you don't really see a big difference between the a7III and the a6000. I think if you're using the lock-on AF technique with the a6000, you're actually going to find the autofocusing to be pretty good on both systems. I went ahead and shot using the 7200 G series or even the 100 to 400 G Master, and I found that, like I said, as long as you're using good technique, you're getting at 8 frames per second on the a6000, about 10 on the a7 Mark III, and you can see some of the sample images that I just didn't find that it was inadequate at all. The only issue with the a6000 is its buffer. So if you're shooting a lot of frames and you're firing a lot of frames at any given time, what's going to happen is you're going to see some slowdown on the camera. But if you're very cautious about the buffer and you slow down your shots, you're never going to have that problem. Or you can just shoot in JPEG, which will free up your buffer a little bit more. But those are just my thoughts right now with the stuff as I'm shooting, and we'll cover a little bit more later after I'm done with everything today. So that's it as far as shooting for track and field, testing out the Sony a7 Mark III today, as well as the a6000. I shot again a little bit of the a7R3, so we're going to see how that all comes out, and a little bit later when I check it on the computer. So the 100 to 400 G Master is sort of my go-to lens as of late. I've been using it for almost everything. Like I said, I had shot a school play, been shooting sports with it. Just absolutely love the reach and the compression that that lens affords you. So using it with the Sony a7III as well as the a6000, and even tried it on the a7R3 today, I wanted to find out how good not only the image quality would be, but just kind of get a better understanding of the autofocusing. I know there's this, not everyone's really sure. They don't know for sure if one's autofocus is better than the other. The a7 Mark III's autofocus should be better than the a7R3, as it's claimed to be similar to the a9. But the general testing that I've done so far, the a9 is still superior, but the a7 III isn't bad as well. But the question is, how does it compare to the a7R3? And when I was taking photos, as long as I was using the correct settings, the quality was very, very good. The autofocus hit, it was very sharp and in focus, and most of these sports that I shoot I'm pretty used to, so it wasn't something I was in a very difficult situation. But you can see in the examples, the images are very, very sharp, and speed-wise and everything, I didn't have a single problem whatsoever with either camera, the a7 Mark III or the a7R3. So Very happy with that. Video autofocus was very good. I think I tried it with the a7 III for the most part with slow motion, so you can see the example of the video footage that's been playing throughout. The slow motion is actually pretty good quality, I would say, but you can judge that for yourself in the actual video. So that's gonna do it for me for this particular small review. Hopefully it was helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other content. And with that said, I'm your host, That One Camera Guy, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.